It's called Panel. It's providing access and networking of entrepreneurial links. I said before, we have in our network, we have 4 regions of best practice in startups, in business incubators, in entrepreneurial support, and entrepreneurial thinking. And these 4 regions in our network are Barcelona, Dublin, Milan, and Munich. As I mentioned before, the total are 22 best practice regions in Europe. The idea is to find let's say, the best ideas. How can these regions, or what have these regions done to be the best, for example, in the Munich area or in Barcelona, and to write down the results and to communicate the results to other regions, and not to say we are better than you, but to say what are the reasons for being good, and to show other regions, can you adapt some results, can you adapt some programs. That's the basic idea of this project. The name of the European name is called Praxis. You will find in the European Commission project under the name Praxis. Sofia is now, since 1 year, an associate member of Panel, and within these activities.
I have a family, a big family. Everybody just wait what the son will tell about this, because he knows, he's getting the money from, he knows everything. So this is the time of this new generation. And we should help them.
If you have questions, don't hesitate to address them now with Professor Heiler, academician Young. If not, we go further, and I
would like to say one more ideas, and I think it's important for universities also to practice technology transfer. And for example, in Bavaria, we established 15 years ago at every university and all responsible to create business between companies and universities, and to bring also, let's say, projects from the companies within the university. And that's technology transfer. And if you have these connections, then you will create additional business, additional companies, and you will stimulate students to entrepreneurship. And that's, I think it's very important for your universities.
So thank you very much for this really very nice contribution. And finally, Professor Blemmership, we will pick some schedule of what we want to do next in the next 1.5 years. And in this week, okay, Rosen is a person who succeeded to complete a project which is really considered to be the biggest business park and the most dynamic business park in Southeastern Europe. It's already fact. And he completed this in 3 years, which is a speed higher than this in Germany. And he proved that in Bulgaria, miracles can happen and fairy tales can be written. And this is now where we're sitting. So Rosen will tell about his plans for this week, and we have the same thing to do in 1.5 years and the third HighTech Days in May 2006. After presenting now the recent results in the Business Park Sofia, to which we say again thank you for welcoming us during the 10 days. Without the support of Business Park, no one of these HighTech Days will happen. They take over for all of them. We say thank you once more, and then we come to the points industrial practicas in Germany and the other regional panel, and we come to the project Business Park, Business Incubator in Sofia, following Munich model.
Yeah. Thank you very much for everything. I will be standing here, and I will be trying to be very other side, I believe I will give you some very important information and also to share with you experience from practice, which is very important. So let me tell you what I'm not going to explain to you. It will be very easy to, because I'm not going to tell you again all the things about the business park. Actually, the business park itself is now proving what it is and it speaks for itself. We just give you some numbers that we have 15 buildings now operational. We have an investment of 110 million level already done here. This is going to be by far the biggest investment from Germany and Bulgaria. We already have 200 companies and 5,000 people working in the park. We have a lot of families in the park. We have 17 high-tech companies. We have 11 call centers. We have more than 3,700 young people, I say less than 27 years old. And we have a great mix of multinational companies, including companies like, you can imagine, Sony, Cisco, Mitsubishi, Unilever, Kraftwerk, and all the big guys. We have medium-sized companies. We have a lot of small companies. We take care of all of them because we believe that actually small companies can deliver much, sometimes not just the big ones. I am very much involved in the business of a lot of small companies here in the business park. I could tell a lot about them. I see how students created companies who are now bigger and bigger. I've seen a student from the American University who created Jet Finance, and recently Jet Finance, as they started 2 years back in time, now they employ more than 111 people, and they have been purchased by AG Capital. So this guy became one of the first millionaires who did the money with his ideas. A young guy, he's less than 30 years old. So I'm just trying to say that here we have real life. We have big companies, medium-sized, small companies working together, joining forces. We have a lot of synergies between them. So the business park is a big success story. It's not only because the money is pouring here. Actually, this is not the reason for the success. The success of the business park, and I'm going to tell a couple of words about that, is based on a know-how which proved to be right in all the other industrialized countries. We started in the beginning of creating our own business park. There was 1 year with Bulgarian architects, Bulgarian managers talking to companies and saying, okay, let's do a business park. There is an investor who wants to put money in it. Let's try to find what kind of business park this is going to be. We lost 1 year and a 7-digit number in the beginning, which was very bad. Why? Because we were thinking that we should do it on our own way. So I'm telling you, the most important experience I did was that we just transferred know-how, which was proved in many other countries to Bulgaria. But of course, we took care of the local things, the local differences. So again, I will be trying to speak also about the incubators. If you want to do incubator, don't try to make your own incubator about your own imaginations and using your own craft. You need to have somebody behind you, the big brother. You need to have somebody like I had, the German company Lindman Holding, which is a huge company based in Bulgaria, with their know-how. I'm just implementing their model and their strategy, of course, in the Bulgarian way. We became much more successful than they. Actually, our business park is better than this one in Nuremberg, which has investment of 640 million Deutsche Marks, and is host of companies like Deutsche Telekom, Orange, Mannesmann, many other companies. But you see, again, the know-how was here, that was the right know-how, took care of the local things, and that is how we work. So the second thing which I did experience, and I'm going to tell you a couple of words about that, is if you want to do incubators, the same like our business partner, you better make sure that you have a strategy. It's not just using the European money, it's not just applying for some deals, it's not just
In the right environment for business, in the right environment for teaching. At the beginning period, this incubator has to be at some elite faculty of Sofia, like mathematics and informatics, or like the German faculty at the Technical University. And then the second part, when these young businesses already know how to walk. They have to come in the right environment, and Rosen will promise that he will do his best to help them to get a bigger velocity than the people who make these companies in Germany. So we have to compete with the best region like Munich. I have to finish with this. Munich is really one of the very distinguished places in Europe. It is, well, not the first in the world, but on the scale of entrepreneurship and results they obtained in the last 10 years is after Silicon Valley